What's up everybody, I'm ZWade, the ZWade and ZWade Photo, and today we're checking out a lens. The most confusing lens in the Nikon Z mount lineup. It's not confusing because it's probably definitely made by Tamron. It's kind of confusing because it's yet another mid-range zoom. So basically an answer to a question that nobody was asking, because the 24-70 f4 is a fantastic lens, and I think anybody would be incredibly happy to have that as a kit lens. Right now we're just kind of taking some test shots, but we're gonna zoom in and see if any of these are looking sharp. Looking sharp enough, the contrast is pretty nice on this lens. We're about to get in gear in single point autofocus because I am a pro, baby, and we're gonna check out the focus speed. Interestingly enough, this is an electronic focus ring, but it still seems really long. That's entire rotations that you're seeing right now. When it's way out of focus, it's pretty good. Whenever it's pretty close, it's real zippy. We're not gonna do that asshole shot, but we are going to do some texture work on this tree. You can't really see it too much right here, but just keep in mind that this lens does have some vignetting, but so does the 24-70 f2.8. I'm fully expecting these to be sharp because we're shooting at 6.3, and pretty much every lens looks good at 6.3 as far as sharpness is concerned. But we're about to see this lens in particular looks really good at 6.3, not just for sharpness, but it's got nice contrast. This has been one of my favorite things to shoot just around in the backyard. Really simple, but we're going to see me test out the focus distance coming up here, which seems to be about 12 inches. I'm not going to zoom in on these for the sake of time, but I will say that f2.8, it's kind of soft, whereas the 24-70 f2.8 is really sharp at f2.8. We're going to do some more texture work here. You know, this is just incredible artwork that we're producing right here. It's definitely not a test. You can see how harsh those highlights are, so I just kind of crank it down. I'm still undecided, but I believe that this lens may have an issue with creating harsh highlights, but we'll find out in further testing. Right down from that texture work is this pretty little flower, and we're just gonna rattle off a shot of that. And right beside that was a leaf, and so we'll get that too. I actually really like this shot, it's nice and contrasty. And this one's just kind of okay. This lens's strong suit is not f2.8 on up-close subjects. We're gonna pop off some pictures of Lolly. Typically Lolly looks good in black and white, but with this lens, black and white is not really its strong suit, and we'll see more of that later. And see, it's just really kind of normal. But now we have some really good lighting coming from behind me, and we're going to get some exceptional shots of Lolly right here. Some of these are at f2.8, but once we get up to f5.6, oh my gosh, I really enjoyed these photos. Excellent edits that are complemented by having excellent lighting. These are at f2.8, and I'm not real impressed by the bokeh. It's not terrible, it's not ugly, it's just not particularly impressive, I guess. Here are some wider angle shots. These are at 28 and at f5.6, and man, I just really love these. This is where I've been liking to test out black and white here lately. Just because it tends to produce some silvery tones, and this here is extra bronzy already. But as we can see, it's just not a lot of tonal range, rather flat, not a great black and white lens. And I shot an absolute ton of these, so we're just gonna zip through these real quick, and we're just gonna look at some of my favorites. Now, when I say favorites, there's definitely a better lens in my bag for these kinds of shots. This lens does not do anything for flowers exceptionally well, but they look good. The saturation is nice. This is also a favorite of mine to test out black and white on, and you're gonna see that I'm just totally let down because this lens it's just not a black and white lens. We are gonna see real quick that like the darks are too dark and there's nothing in between like super white and really dark. It's just absolutely flat. But at the same time, this lens is $1,000 or more cheaper than its big brother, the 24-70 f2.8s. So you just have to ask yourself, is it actually worth the money? For me, while I find this lens's existence still a little bit confusing, we have it. It's here, it's not going anywhere. And so you know what? I would love to see this lens in a kit for future cameras. I'm ZWade, the ZWade in ZWade Photo, and I will catch you in the next one.